By the divine grace of Jagannatha Sri Jnanakshi Rajarajeshwari, by the grace of Paramatma, a very, very special grace upon all of us, protecting us so beautifully, giving us a cheerful mind, providing us everything which are required for a happy life, giving us such a beautiful atmosphere like this for listening to the glory of Paramatma. With full of gratitude to Paramatma, we are beginning today's session of Sundarakand. Gratitude is the primary sentiment, gratitude is the primary response of a lofty nature. In Tamil we say Nandri, in Sanskrit we say Kritajnata. This Kritajnata is remembering what we have received from God, so kind, so compassionately from Paramatma what we have received. There are so many people who are devoid of even the basic necessities, deprived of the basic necessities, but we are so very fortunate that we have everything here. So we definitely offer our gratitude at the lotus feet of Paramatma. We proceed our session. Page number 63, verse number 198. Yasya tvetani chatvari vanarendra yatha tava dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam sakarma sunasidati. Very beautiful description of Hanuman in 4 ways. 4 words have been used. Dhritihi, Drishtihi, Matihi and Dakshyam. O Hanuman, O best among Vanaras, whoever has the 4 qualities of courage, vision, intellect and skill. All these 4 virtues like you, such a person will not fail in any task. Dhritihi is perseverance. The word Dhriti, Dhairyam. If you have a person has courage, that's very nice. Vision, Drishtihi. So what exactly is our goal of life? Intellect, the capacity to fulfill that one. And skill is a subtle capacity. Intellect is the knowledge, whereas skill is the execution of that one. So we find that many people lack courage. Many people lack courage because of lack of courage, one does not begin anything at all. One does not begin any activity because of lack of courage. They may have courage, but they don't have a vision. Vision means what exactly has to be done. Remember, whenever we are talking in the context of the scriptures, it is not one single activity at all. It is life as a whole. Life as a whole. Somehow or the other, I should achieve this. That is a narrow goal. Somehow or the other, I should finish this one. It is a narrow goal because we are not having a longer vision. It's not somehow or the other. It has to be done in the right way only. Whatever we want to do has to be done in the right way. If we do it somehow or the other, life will be something or something else. There is one beautiful Subhashitam. Yasya kasya taror moolam ena kenapi mishritam yad Yasmait kasmai datavyam yadva tadva bhavishyat. It's a very humorous verse which says, a person saw so many people are successful in life. He saw that somebody has become an engineer, somebody has become a doctor, somebody has become, he said, I will also become successful. So he said, successful in what man? I will become a doctor. No study, okay? No study, nothing. He said, I will become a doctor. What shall I do? Go and find out some root of some plant, yasya kasya taror moolam, some root of some plant, yena kenapi mishritam, mix it with something or the other, give it to someone or the other, something or something will happen. Something or the other will happen. So, yasya kasya taror moolam, yena kenapi mishritam, yasmai kasmai datavyam, yadva tadva bhavishyati. So ultimately, out of say 10 chances, one will be successful. So one will come and say, very beautiful medicine you have given. So that is not the way one lives. That is not what the scriptures guide us. Scriptures guide us to do the right thing. It's not so easy to find out the right thing, you know. You tell me, very truthfully you tell me, all of you have studied science, geography, history. English, they are all language, they have got rules and regulations. Okay? Mathematics has got rules and regulations, no, that cannot deviate from it. But history, science, and then, what did you say? History, science and geography. Geography also is almost, let us say, fixed like thing, you know. Where is the land, what is the landscape and everything. But history, and then when it comes to science also, we think it is finalized. We think that science is final, but when we start going deeper into it, we find that actually speaking, one theory is being overruled by the next theory, the previous theory is being overruled by the other theory, and ultimately you come to the conclusion that what we thought was the, you know, we had some terminology like, you know, like earlier, first time when the elements, basic elements were discovered, there were only some number of elements. Now today you see 108 elements or something are there. More number of elements are there. And history is one subject. You can distort any way you want. You can write your own history and you can distort the previous history in any manner you want. So that tendency of using the freedom for distorting things is there in us. Not whenever it comes to benefit, we will very, very conveniently we will make the truth to look like, our speech to look like truth, but actually it will be untruth. So this tendency in us, if it doesn't go, what happens is, we won't get punya. If there is a tendency in us to distort the truth for a small, immediate benefit, then we are losing the income, we are losing the savings of punya. The moment you lose the savings of punya, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will find that some other incident will happen in your life which you never expected, which is detrimental to you. A person had one fake coin. A person found a fake coin. So it was a nice coin, looking very much like the real one. So he said, somehow or the other I should make use of this coin. Let us say fake note only. So he decided, he tried many times, but he didn't get the correct opportunity to use that one. So one day he was sitting in a train traveling, journeying to some other place. Then he saw exactly the moment train started. A person was selling newspapers. Paper. They were coming in on the railway platform. Paper, coming. He said, give me one paper. He immediately gave that fake note and took the pen. Train departed. He was feeling very thrilled. Today I have done it. He opens the paper. It is yesterday's paper. So even before we think of, cleverly cheating somebody, God would have already had a bigger program, very, very bigger plan by which even it may not happen immediately like this. The fruit you may not get immediately, but 10 days later, 1 month later, you will see that you have been duped much more than what you thought you have duped others. So never ever go to the wrong way of life. Never ever go to the wrong way of life. Always the right. But right is not so easy to understand. So study, satsang, Mahapurusha's books are there. Best is the originals. The originals are there. Read the originals. If you go for any other saint's writing, you are interpreting. That's an interpretation. These are all originals, translations. Translation of the original. These are the most ancient texts what we are reading. Remember, see the difference between reading an autobiography of a saint, reading the teachings of a saint. They all are welcome, they all are necessary for us. But still they are interpretations, isn't it? Definitely they are interpretations. Here it is a translation. In the translation there may be an error. Translation there may be, but at least the language is, the original text is there. From the original text you are going to take the translation. If you know the language original, very good. If you do not know that, at least the translation will be right. It's not an interpretation. It is just a translation. So by reading the original, you are going to get the original message, and then you have to formulate your own meaning of that message. You have to formulate it. Once you formulate, then you start applying it in life. So that is the way one proceeds to a right life, which is very, very important in our life. So, O best among Vanaras, whoever has the 4 qualities of courage, vision, intellect and skill, all these 4 virtues like you, such a person will not fail in any task. Satai sambhavita pujyaha. Satai sambhavita pujyaha. जगामाकाशमाविश्य पन्नगाशनवत्कपिः. Now Hanuman again is continuing. All those people have praised Hanuman. He has slain, he has killed Simhika, Rakshasi. So all the Devatas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, all have praised Hanuman so beautifully. Now he is proceeding. That Hanuman, the respectable one, thus respected by them, entered the sky, went like the Garuda with a determined goal. Almost all obstacles are over. It's completed. Now he is question of reaching the destination. Prapta bhuishta parastu sarvata pratilokayan yojananam shatasyante vanarajim dadarshasah. Hanuman, after almost reaching the other shore, just close your eyes and see how beautiful it is. He has departed, taken off from somewhere in Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli, Mahendragiri. He has had obstacles in the way. Now he is seeing Lanka. He is seeing the shore of Lanka. If you are taking a flight also, you will see from the top. You can see, so nice it is. Same way in a ship also. All water, and suddenly you start seeing the shore. So Hanuman is seeing the Lanka. Just he is about, then he sees a rows of trees there. Hanuman almost reaching the other shore, looked in all directions and saw a series of trees at the end of his journey of 100 yojanas. 450 kilometers he has flown. 450 kilometers he has, with all his might, all the obstacles he has crossed and then come. Dadarsha cha patanneva vividhadrumabhushitam dvipam shakhamrigashreshto malayopavanani cha. Just for a moment you think, Valmiki Rishi is clearly saying it is an island. 10,000 years back, in one particular narration, he clearly says it's an island. So what is the knowledge of what exactly should be conveying island if you say? Must be 4 sides water. Must be having 4 sides water. So he must have reached, Valmiki Rishi must have reached actually Kanyakumari or Dhanushkoti. From there he must have viewed. Do you think we can view Sri Lanka, the shore of Sri Lanka from here? With naked eyes? You can try and see. Go to the shore and see whether you can view. You can see the shore of the other side from here. But Hanuman, Valmiki Rishi is clearly saying, he sees trees on the island. He sees trees on the island. The best among Vanaras, Hanuman, immediately after getting down, he is now slowly descending. He is now slowly descending. When the captain speaks, when in the plane, aircraft, he says, then suddenly there will be a sound. Yes, we are slowly descending. Our descent has begun. We will be landing in so-and-so airport very soon. So Hanuman has now started descending. The best among Vanaras, Hanuman, immediately after getting down, also saw an island decorated by a variety of trees and also the forests in the region of Malaya. Now whether it is Malaysia which he is talking about, Malaya, the word Malaya means mountainous region. Malappuram in Kerala, and then Malenadu, Karnataka, Malenadu. So they're all Malay. The word has got meaning of a mountainous region. Sagaram Sagaranupam Sagaranupajandruman Sagarasya cha patninam Mukhani मुखायपि विलोकयन् स महामेघसङ्काशम् समीक्षात्मानमात्मवान् निरुन्धन्तमिवाकाशम् चकारमतिमान्मतिम्. Very, very figurative language here, and this is a lot of figurative speech. When you say figurative means how the nature, how the ocean is looking like a person, and the bay formed by the ocean, bay, that's also looking like a person, all looking like different living beings. That Hanuman with controlled senses and with good thoughts looked at the ocean, the bay, and the trees born in the bay, and also the faces of the wives of the ocean. Rivers are considered wives of ocean because they all come and join there. Observed himself to be equal in size to a great cloud as though topping the sky, and thought thus. Now there is a small note given here. It is considered an auspicious sign to be welcomed by married women. The kalash, like people have kalash and then they stand and then receive anybody, a guest, they are standing with a kalash and people receive. It is Suvasinis. The Suvasinis are a very good omen. Suvasinis standing there are very good omen. So in our Bharatiya tradition, you see, whenever anybody is invited to any function anywhere, they are received by Purna Kumbha. And that Purna Kumbha, it is either by priests or by Suvasinis. They will be carrying the Kumbha and then going. That is a very, very good omen. So Hanuman is also having a good omen that he sees the rivers flowing into the ocean. Kaya vruddhim pravegam cha mama drishtava rakshasaha mai kautuhalam kuryuhu iti mene mahakapihi. Here I am reading Kaya vruddhim pravegam cha mama drishtva rakshasaha mai kautuhalam kuryuhu iti mene mahakapihi. Now automatically already he knows that Ravana has abducted Sita and went there, and Ravana is now living in Sri Lanka, and the associates of Ravana, the citizens of the Sri Lanka, all also has to be Rakshasas only. So he is thinking, when I go there, the Rakshasas are going to see me, they are going to make fun of me, or they will become curious. After seeing my huge body and the speed, Rakshasas will become curious. Thus thought the great. Now he is going to change his form. He does not want to awaken curiosity in the sentries, in the guards who are there in the border of the city. He does not want to awaken curiosity, so he wants to make he is using a different strategy now. Tatash shariram sankshipya tanmahidhara sannibham punah prakriti mapede vita moha ivatmavan. For that reason, now Hanuman's body was equal to the size of a cloud, almost 40 yojanas. You remember? It's 30 yojanas long and almost 10 yojanas wide. It's a solid body. Now he has taken the normal size. For that reason, Hanuman reduced his mountain-like body and attained the nature of one who reached self-realization free from infatuation. In other words, ahankara of a human being makes us very, very, it looks like we are very, very big. The ego of a human being makes one feel very, very huge people. Once we have self-realization, we know what we are. We come to know what we are. Similarly, this is a simile Valmiki Rishi is using. Hanuman had attained a very huge body. Now he has become small, as though it's like a person attaining self-realization. Hari Om Tat Sat. We'll pause here.